Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. There seems to be an unusual awareness over the level of insecurity. We actually have two-in-one news, and it's actually strictly on the southwest, where the indigenes have decided to come all out to protest over what they are doing to their own indigenes and over this issue of insecurity and why they are arresting the indigenes despite the fact that they are the one at the receiving end. And of course, the Yorubas have someone or two Yorubas have said to come out to speak up concerning the issue of referendum and outright leaving the country, having their own country as a whole. Well, before we go into the newspaper, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel if you have not done that already by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the protesters who started that innocent the protesters who stated that innocent indigenes of the town were arrested by the police when they opposed the invasion of Fulani herdsmen in their farmlands frowned at the act. They described it as callous and uncalled for. Well, armed with banners, flags, and placards with different inscriptions that read, "We reject Bororo in our community. We don't want them again in our locality. They are destroyers and inhuman in action." So some of the placards are what I just read now. The protesters said they embarked on the rampage to lodge their grievances on the spot of destruction on their farmlands by the Fulanis. Also, women in the community also prepared traditional fetish objects and placed them in different junctions of the area to register their grievances against the one-sided attitude of the security team. Speaking with some of the correspondents, one of the leaders of the protesting youth, that's Wasiu Sanusi, said, "The youth in the community are fed up with the excesses of the Fulani herdsmen and their connivance with the police." He told our people that the bullets removed from cows were not local bullets, but those of rifles. "So we are baffled at the way the herdsmen are threatening us on our lands. They continue to use police to arrest our people, detain them, and make them pay for bail for offenses they know nothing about. Where would our people get rifles? What they use here are local ordained guns, and the bullets removed from cows are not even local ones. We have resolved that these people should vacate our community since cohabitation is not working. We can't be threatened on our own lands and continue as if nothing is happening." Sanusi said unity leaders on Thursday converged at the town hall for the meeting on way forward. All calls pulled through the state police command spokesperson Mrs. Yemisi Opalola were not going through. The post-Osun youth stage protest against arrest of indigenes appeared in so many places. But let's look at this whole issue, But before we do that, let's look at the second information very quickly on what happened in the same southwest, where some of them have started speaking up concerning the way forward. Before now, certain parts of Nigeria has always been agitating for the restructuring of the country. That's devolution of central government into federating units, but not referendum. It is a slogan now, at least for the Yoruba nation agitators. In a viral video released on Thursday, agitators said restructuring is no more in their agenda, but a referendum is what they need. According to the man who spoke in the video, he said that the kind of restructuring federal government is planning to do is fraudulent and evil. He said the Southwest is going to be having 7 states. That's the referendum that the restructuring that, according to them, the federal government wants to do. He said the Southwest is going to be having 7 states, which is Osun, Ekiti, Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Kwara, and Kogi State. That is Yoruba speaking part of Kwara, and Kogi will be added to the 6th state. He further noted that each state will be contributing 40% of its revenue to the federal government, and failure to meet the federal government will take the states back. Lórí irọ́, eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù, as in they want to be doing all these ones. then that means by in 10 years time Nigeria will return back the way it used to be. Let's continue. The agitator also revealed that the federal government has secretly called two prominent Yoruba elites and asked what the region really wanted. The man who dissociated Yoruba nation from such arrangements said, in as much as Professor Akitoye Banji was not invited, such people can't speak for them. He therefore called on all Yorubas to support the ongoing awareness campaign rally so that much needed vote in the proposed referendum can be achieved. He allayed the fears that they wouldn't get attacked if they come out. Also promised that what happened at Lekki Tollgate during NSAS protest wouldn't repeat itself again. Whoa, a lot of Nigerians have reacted to this. Very quickly, let's just take one or two reactions on this. This is getting strong. So here it says, supported, it will come to pass in Jesus' name. This one here says, everybody should go their ways, please. One Nigeria is no more working. Innocent citizens are dying every day since the creation of this country. This one here is saying, we don't want to restructure Yoruba nation now. This one here is saying, how do you know? How do you know a chunk of the region do not support? We need to test that statement with referendum, please. I have the feeling that the supporters of this struggle or belief increase every day. It is only the few nobodies who are stealing money from federal government that are against it. A lot of persons are already beginning to drum out for referendum. And the more there seem to be insecurity, the more they are getting more faithful. It's the bitter fact, but it is staring at us in the face. If some persons are shouting, no, let's see, man, let's do one Nigeria, let's restructure. But for every day you keep seeing injustice, every day you keep seeing lopsided appointment, you keep seeing insecurity on the increase, you keep seeing the fact that some persons are more Nigerian than the other. You keep seeing the fact that some persons are first class citizens while some look like slaves in their own nation. You see, keep seeing things where the indigenous keep crying out loud and no one seems to be listening. But the very day the citizens have the resort to self-help, that's the very moment you begin to see actions in quick succession comes up. You now begin to wonder, then if this is this way, and I do not know where the young man got this this kind of classified information that the federal government have agreed that if eventually they would agree to restructuring. I don't know where they got that from, but that looks quite fraudulent if it is true. Because I don't know how they got that very classified information that eventually they want to restructure, and when they do, they will say 40%. You gave a typical example of the Southwest, where whatever they are producing, they're supposed to get 40% of the monies they are or the revenue they are expected to come from that region. Failure to do that, the state that does not get that out automatically returns back to the central the way it used to be. Then within 10 years, all Nigerian states will return back to the way Nigeria used to be. It's as good as robbing Peter to pay Paul, as in I give you with the left hand, I give you with the right hand, I take it out from the left hand. Doesn't make sense. If there has to be restructuring, it has to be true restructuring. We'll have federating units and not unilateral kind of government system of governance and expect it to be called the federation. It doesn't make sense. But let's meet in that comment section. What's your take on what is happening or what happened in Osun and what these young men are saying? Let's meet in that comment section. Let's interact.